Hello friend, how is it going? Welcome back to Toyota Maintenance YouTube channel. Mr. Frog is patiently doing oversight in my shop, making sure I take care of the business the right way. And Mr. Frog, we have another drama from here, from our shop. Are you guys ready for another drama? Well, let's roll the tape. 2011 Highlander 4-wheel drive Sport. So not limited. Sport means leather seats, leather steering wheel. So it's like a medium trim. It's not the cheapest one, but it's also not the limited, which we'll have just for the change. If you buying these, the seats will be perforated, the leather will be perforated. It's way better. It has the JBL and so on, but the seats are perforated and limited, and I keep driving all of them, and I can tell you, if you have a choice, choose the limited. Way better interior, way better comfort. So at 213,000 miles, the Alternator said, I'm done charging that battery, and it stopped. The vehicle ran out of the electricity, out of the juice. The battery, despite the fact it's March 20, it's still good. It's fully charged overnight. And I today drain some coolant, remove the fans. So this is a labor intensive job because you have to do all of that. The owner actually got quote over $1,000. He shopped around because I was not supposed to be available. I said, sorry, I cannot take care of you. So he called around. He called me back. My goodness, $1,000, because they said they have to remove something, some wheel well or something, or maybe they told him they need to remove these. I don't know. So it's not the easiest replacement of alternator. You see, you have to disconnect the coolant. So that's why I drained some of it. So I don't have a mess. I don't like mess. I like to work clean. I like to be able to eat from the floor of my shop. So that's the cavity where I very carefully removed that alternator, because this wiring harness and everything is in your way. These AC lines, which this one is very moldable, very soft. You have to be very careful about it, not to break it. You don't want to disconnect the AC line on the bottom on that compressor, because you will have to first evacuate, then recharge. Who wants to deal with that? I don't want to do that. So I fished out the old alternator, and as I always do, I look on the brand, so we can see that's that OEM Toyota. So we can see that must be the first one. The clutch is still working correctly, but the alternator is kaput. So 213,000 miles. When this part was brand new, it lasted 14 years and 213,000 miles on the odometer. And it's time to replace it. So what I do, and I recommend to you, always do the same. When you pull the part out of the box, always, before putting it in, always compare them. See that the angles and the parts and connectors, right? Always check that that brand new part was correctly delivered to you, and it will fit there before you will start spending 10 minutes just wiggling it in that cavity without damaging these items. By some miracle of the God, I didn't only look on the connectors, but I did the most obvious, which everybody does. I checked if the clutch is okay. It's brand new, everything. And here comes the drama queen Peter. I cannot turn this pulley at all. This is supposed to be nicely spinning, as everybody can imagine. Right? That way. The other way is the clutch. Well, look when I will try to spin this. This is not Toyota, it's aftermarket. Number one, the owner is concerned about the price. Number two, availability was basically the biggest factor. Toyota Alternator was almost double, yeah. I will say, 80% more expensive, but it was not available. It will take 3 days to have it here in Northern California. So this is what I got, brand new part. Look, nothing. It is movable if I will hold the alternator and put a lot of torque with my hand. I can rotate it, but the assembly people, I think there's no space right here or elsewhere. If I look here, I can see more space between the body. I think it's rubbing on it. So this is our reality. I saw many shops making these videos how the quality of the parts, brand new parts, went south, how it went bad, and we have to be dealing with it. So obviously I immediately call the customer because I look on the clock and the replacement part will come from different town, but it will come in afternoon. So now I have nothing to do for 3.5 hours, except I could hop back on this head gasket job on 2016 Mustang Premium, which is my personal vehicle. I could be wrenching on that, but it's super nice weather outside, so I think I rather maybe hop on the bike and go for a bike ride for 1.5 hour, 2 hours. This is it. This is, guys, the reality. I saw some videos from our YouTubers where the parts, they were complaining about it, how it negatively affects our business. I saw a few little things, but to get alternator, which the factory, the manufacturer let out, the person who built this couldn't try if this spins. I guess couldn't. Yeah. It's my pet peeve. I don't know why we cannot make parts in our country. I don't know why we have to give our assembly of these important parts in Mexico, because this is where it came from, made in Mexico. There is a label in the box. The reason I'm talking about that is those famous fans in Tacomas, and it's not just Toyota, it's even Honda. All these blowers, which are behind the glove box, right? The AC and heater blowers in Tacomas, it was all recalled. And I had Honda CRVs here in the shop. It keeps failing, and it's always the same country of assembly. It's south of our border, made in Mexico, and for some reason Toyota and Honda keeps assembling these parts there. This is made in Japan. It's a Denso, Toyota Denso, made in Japan. Completely different level of manufacturing. And yeah, the quality control. I mean, how you call yourself having quality control when this is the reality. So I need to get it, put it back in the box. It will be replaced. My supplier will replace it. Problem is I'm stuck. But today, maybe, Peter, always look at the bright side of life. You can change, and instead of eating lunch or something, or having another coffee, it's so sunny. Let me show you. I could even hop on that Harley, huh? What my supervisor says. Hey, what do you say? Shall I go on Harley? Which is puking all oil from the uppers. Shall I go on that? Or shall I rather go lose some weight and hop on the bike, huh? Bike, huh? Bicycle. I hear you. What do you guys say? Bicycle? Probably, huh? I'm too heavy. I better lose some weight. Look at these guys. California. This fall, it's pretty dry. Oregon and Washington, they are flooding right now. They have water up to here because it's raining there already like 1 week non-stop. But Northern California, and we are right underneath the Oregon. We are very lucky. It's gorgeous weather. It's sunny. Yesterday was fog, but no rain. Nice and sunny, but the rain will come next week. So drama, Peter, you have that drama all the time. Something's happening. So a lot of shops did these videos. I just want to confirm, yes, it's true. It's reality. The quality of parts went down, I will say, generally after COVID. Tell me in the comments underneath what you see. What do you see? What problems you see on this market with new spare parts for Toyotas? I hope you find this video at least entertaining. If you do, please give it a thumb up as usually and stay tuned. I have way more coming your way soon. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting this channel. And have a wonderful day, my friend.